It's like steak, former walls and stuff in there. You don't think one is.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
Hello again and welcome to the Women's D2 Championship of the Texas Rugby Union. I'm Tim Wilkes, joined by Timothy Sigmund, and we get things started here.
Knock on, straight off the kickoff.
So it'll be a scrum down here to the Reds. Dallas Reds are going to be in the black shorts, white and red trimmed shirts. And the Austin Valkyries are going to be in the mostly white with black and red on their backs. But the stripes, again, are the Reds. Here's the first put into the scrum. And it's taken away by the Valkyries. And first thing with the kick over the top.
Nobody home for the Reds.
Fullback had to panic there and just had to go with the kick. They're going to play the knock on there after the kick. Kathleen Clement, the fullback for the Reds, able to clean that up there at the last second.
Good job getting back to it. Unfortunate, the block kick bounced back into her hands and went forward there to award the Valks with a scrum down.
Caitlin Curley with the put in here for the Valkyries. Again, the Valkyries were the D2 champions last year in the inaugural season of the Women's Division II. And now here, high ball from Kayla Harris. Finds some space. Yet again, Clements takes it.
Got some speed. She's going up the sideline. Throws it back in and right into the arms of a waiting Valkyries player.
So all for naught there, but solid effort. A couple of big plays there from the fullback. But now we'll have a line out, or excuse me, another scrum down to the Reds.
This warm weather, they keep scrumming down like this, might get tired pretty quick. We've had 3 scrums here in the first 2 to 3 minutes of play. The sun is definitely beating down now. We're up into the middle 80s here in Austin, Texas.
So today's match, a bit of a change up here because the Dallas Reds were not even in this tournament a few weeks ago, but due to the San Antonio Riveters had some injuries, were unable to make that trek to this tournament. It was then given to the Dallas Athletic Dames. They could not make the trip, and so then it fell to them. The Dallas rugby team with 2 wins on the year. They had to take on Little Rock yesterday, and in a miraculous upset, they were able to come away with the victory. And a huge upset and a big chance for them to take over here in the Women's D2. It was a score of 26-36. The Dallas Reds putting up quite a few points there on Little Rock. And earlier in the year, as I'd said, they had lost twice in the last month to Little Rock, 31-12, 34-17, and then they're able to turn things around with the big 36-26 victory. So out of nowhere, the 2-5 Dallas Reds taking on the 6-1 Austin Valkyries.
It was really a great comeback by the Reds yesterday as well. They were down 14-12 at halftime, and then came back and scored 24 points in the second half to pull it out with that 10-point victory, 36-26.
So that one not straight. Scrum down chosen by the Reds.
This second season of the women's D2 is really a good example of the growth of the game in the state. 10, 15 years ago when I started playing, there were only about 3 women's side in the entire state. And now we have a fully competitive women's Division II out here, and it's just a great growth of the game as these sides continue to expand across the state of Texas.
Well, and continue it has. We've now have the Division III, and the Oklahoma City Crusaders won the inaugural women's D3. They've already clinched the victory. Now this kick here from the Reds, taken on the fly. Crossed the 22 and through a couple of defenders here.
Into touch.
Goes Chanel but she takes it into touch, as you said, Tim, and we'll set up a line out here for the Valkyries. Again, highly impressive that the Valkyries were able to have 2 sides that actually won both championships last year, the D1 and the D2. A phenomenal feat. Their D1 side has already clinched that same feat this year with the D1 victory. And so they're looking to double dip here with the D3 or D2 side as well.
Referees playing advantage here to the Valkyries. Number 5 rolling through defenders.
Emmanuel Elsie with a strong run through the gut. Dragged defenders with her. Now a bit of an errant pass. Scooped up though.
Valkyrie's doing a good job of making 2 or 3 defenders commit for the tackle. It's really going to open up space for them in the long term. You can see if you look back here to the left, there's a lot of space for the Valks to work with if they're able to take advantage of it. There's really nobody in the outer half of the field here on the right side. Another penalty, full arm penalty, playing it on the ground for the Reds. Backs tuck it straight up and a big tackle. Another full arm penalty, perhaps not 10.
So they've got the space if they can use it here.
Ooh, one more pass and she was away. Still there for them out wide left if they want it.
Looks like they're going to bring it in though. Pick and drive.
The Reds able to cover that space so long as the ball was in there. They're going to play a forward-dominated game here for a little bit, it looks like.
Strong smash again by Emmanuel Elsie. Now they swing it wide. Quick hands.
Strong running by the 13. Another full arm penalty, still playing advantage.
Looks like that one went back. Still in play here. Smash from the hooker. Ashley Mefford.
Back out to the right now. Manuel again. Lots of space to the right. 6 on 3. I think the Reds have it covered. Full arm penalty, offsides.
Now that's
referee's going to
more than a few. So yeah, he's going to take a second here to discuss things with his with the captains.
Maybe a blood sub. Looks like a blood sub here for the Reds. That little blood coming from the right eye there of one of their players. Asking her to go off. Surprising there wasn't more of a talking there. As I believe there was almost 5 advantages given there from inside the 22. And again, another full arm advantage.
Let's see if the Valkyries can do something with it. A pick on the left-hand side.
Right at the try line, but getting held up. Ball's presented back. Manuel again. Just short of the line.
They able to bring it back. Swinging it all the way out now.
Oh, she should walk in now. And she does.
There it is. try scored by Francine Penicus. And the first points on the board, 5-0 for the Austin Valkyries.
Well worked by the Valkyries there. They really kept the pressure on. The referee gave lots of full arm advantage there. I'm surprised he didn't stop and talk to the Reds. If that continues, expect a yellow card for sure.
Yeah.
Reds had a blood sub come on during that passage of play, but the Valkyries kept on the pressure. They went all the way left and then all the way back to the middle of the field again, and finally were able to reach pay dirt.
Alex Lemon, new to the TRU, but from North Sydney. And there's the conversion, 7-0 the score. And
Valkyries showing why they only had one loss on the season here early. Dominating possession, multiple phases. Really strong showing there on that first try.
One loss of the season came against Tulsa Rugby back on March 31st. They had to travel to Tulsa, so that can always take a hit on the numbers here in club rugby. And kick to start. Goes past the 10. A big smash there. Side referees Chris Pugh and Alan Lester. Chris Pugh, a player ref, plays for Alamo City Rugby.
It's great to see the growth of these player refs as well. There's really been almost a shortage as rugby continues to grow in the state. We need more and more referees to referee these games from the high school level and youth level all the way up to senior men's club, and some of our higher end folks are even at the MLR stage.
Right.
So we're lucky enough to have Scott Green here today. He's a national panel referee, and many of the other great referees here in the state of Texas participating in this Red River Rugby Championship weekend.
The Texas Rugby Referee Association has been so vital. They've really grown by leaps and bounds here in the last few years, and you're really seeing it come to fruition with a lot of the young referee talent that they have on here display for the 2018 championships.
Good efforts that they're starting to do exchange programs with folks heading South Africa and other nations to grow not only the game but also grow their knowledge and foment a better quality of rugby, better rugby being played by more people in this state. It's great.
Exactly. So a chance for the winger, but another drop pass. Victoria Sam Kapakra with the drop. So remember, folks, earlier this week we had the initial Major League Rugby broadcast here from Round Rock Multipurpose Complex. I've been out there for one of the preseason matches. Definitely a fun time, great atmosphere. A couple more matches. Next chance to check them out later this month at 8 p.m. on May 25th against the San Diego Legion. Join us out there for a lot of rugby fun. Now here the Valkyries, able to work it back. Kick taken there by Kathleen Clement again, who's been hard at work here in the first half. She's able to recycle the ball back and earn a penalty, not releasing the call from the Valkyries, or against the Valkyries.
Quick take number 9, gains some meters, gets it out wide to the number 8, out to the number 12.
So strong work as they start to matriculate their way down the field here near the Reds.
Still got space to the left if they want to use it.
Now they're going to try.
Good
outside.
Tackle break.
Excellent run there by Christy Ritchie.
Number 12 picks it up, breaks a few more, still going. Finally taken down.
Now to the pack. Big smashing run there, picks up 5 to 10 meters.
The Reds a little more frenetic on attack, not quite as much support, but so far it's been effective on this possession.
A little scissor cuts it back inside. Kate Hollowell. Now back to the Packies yet again.
Wide pass out. Hard run up, but taken one-on-one in the open field.
So the Dallas Reds putting together well over 10 phases now.
Headed for the corner. She's in.
Breaks past one and cuts it around. Try scored for the Dallas Reds.
The upstart Reds making a little noise here. So it's 7-0. Now we got 7-5 with conversion to come from a wide position. Maybe a tough kick. We'll see. First opportunity to see the Reds kicker here and what they can do.
Each point is going to be extremely critical, as we saw in that last match. Again, if you missed it this morning, started off at 9 a.m. with the Alliance falling to Austin Black's D3 side 58-7. And then in the last match, the big heartbreak at the end, the Austin Blacks 22 and the Dallas Reds 18. Reds with an opportunity inside the Blacks 22, but they could not come up with it. Knock on, killed it. And look at that kick. That's up and in.
Fantastic kick.
Dagger from the side. And that ties it up, knots it up at 7 here as we move through the first half.
That was a great conversion there. Not an easy kick for anyone, and she slotted it through no problem.
And not much height on it, but all it's got to do is get up over that bar and you're good to go. So she makes it happen and gives her team 7 points up on the board. And from a lock, huge kick, Kalani Cocker.
Oh, knock on straight off the kickoff.
And played in front, but we'll have a knock on.
They went back to, not going to play that accidental offside. It's going to go back for the initial knock on. Maybe there's no point at an insult to injury, I suppose, there.
That's true.
So the Valks will have the put in here about 30 meters out from the Reds' try line. Looking to capitalize on their last success, they put together multiple phases to drive it in after about 3-4 minutes of sustained pressure.
Curley with the put in. And solid push from the Valks. Now we swing it.
Good gather by the number 10. Nice switch, working it back in. Ooh, big hit. Recycled well, going out wide now. And again, to the wing for the corner.
What a pass.
Cut back inside.
Beats the fullback and in for the try. Austin Valkyries put up their second of the match.
Good ball movement. Ball never... The initial pass to the 10 was a little low, but off the switch, the 13 gave it back to the outside. They were able to get it to the wing and break it to the corner, and she cuts inside of the fullback and dots down the try.
So, score 12-7 now.
It's a great effort there. She might have had an opportunity to go a little bit closer to the center of the post, but there was a little bit of chase there, so better to be safe than sorry and dot it down while you can instead of maybe getting it kicked out of your hands and trying to put it down. Got a chance at another conversion here. Kickable distance there from about the 22-meter line, about 8-9 meters right of center. Up, and it doesn't get much height and drifts left of the post.
Caitlin Curley unable to knock that one through, so score remains 12-7.
Tell you what, so far in this first half, this heat doesn't seem to have much effect so far, as we've enjoyed some pretty good running rugby so far as they're spinning that ball out wide, both sides, multiple phases. It's really been pretty nice. But so far, the Valkyries been able to capitalize twice. See what they can do here off this kickoff.
Strong run. Got a tiptoe on the sidelines and works your way out of bounds.
A little bit too much forward momentum there, and good job holding on the ball instead of making a panic pass back inside and possibly causing a worse situation.
Yeah, but Elsie Emanuel, we've seen her run over a few defenders so far.
Strong ball carrier for sure, especially leading up to that first try.
Just ran out of real estate there, though. So it'll be a throw in here, line out to the Austin Valkyries. To the Dallas Reds. Again, the Reds going left to right in the red and white stripes.
Good tap back. Not straight's the call from the referee. So they have the option.
Yeah, there's that gap there in between. It's got to basically, as long as that ball hits on the inside half of the player, it's usually the best way to tell on that one. Caught it with their outside hand. Easy call for the referee, Alex Lemon, to make.
And the Valks have gone ahead and opted for the scrum down. They've had a good attacking platform most of the last 2 or 3 times they've scrummed down, so no reason not to go for that instead of going for maybe the line out, as it looks like the Reds might have just a slight height advantage on the line out.
And Valkyries are able to get it out, and the quick kick yet again. That's a beauty as it tails just inside the 22 and out of bounds.
Great kick to space. The right wing for the Reds tends to play up closer to the line, and already twice now we've seen them kick deep and take advantage of that and kick for space. Some good tactical play there from the Valks, and you can see, again, probably one reason why they only had 1 loss on the year. Playing a little more tactically.
Yep.
Gain that field position, hope for a mistake from your opposition, and then capitalize on it.
Kayla Harris using that boot to perfection thus far. Number 10 for the Valkyries. Erica Purcell, number 8, with the throw. Taken back. Reds working around.
Good ball movement, getting out to the outside center. Loses possession. Looks like it just slipped out there.
Just at the last second. Advantage being played.
Back to Manuel. Taking 5-6 to take her down again. Great hard run.
They've got the hands if they can swing it.
Oh, big hit between the 2 wings. Space to the right if the Valks want to use it.
Yeah, the wing got sucked in that time after the tackle.
Another hit from the outside center on the open side for the Valks.
Good pressure.
There's space out wide. 5-on-3 right now. Out wide again.
Swinging it all the way out. Full back cuts it in.
Oh, errant pass. Loses the opportunity. Recovered by the Valks.
So, still in possession here. Referee says play on. It's taken away.
Good kick. Nobody home. See what kind of bounce. Oh, unfortunate bounce back.
Oh, but a strong hit coming all the way from the near side wing. Sam Kapara making the tackle there, but now the Valkyries on the front foot again. Lots of space to the outside.
See, she
has
can use
support.
It here. She's backing herself.
Taken down.
Number 14 taken down hard. Pretty big hit there.
Stoppage in the game here.
I think the back of the head might have come down pretty hard there, but looks like she's okay. Might have just been the sheer force of that arm around the neck. Talking to the AR, we'll see what decision the referee, the sir, makes here.
Alex Lemon talking with Alan Lester. And he is going to bring him over.
Reaching for the pocket.
High tackled the call.
Number 14 of the... She gets the yellow card.
Yeah, Victoria Sam Kapakra will sit on the bench for 10 minutes. So she's got to come sit out. And the Dallas Reds will play a man down. Here, that kick finds touch about 5 meters out. So a big opportunity for the Austin Valkyries.
Leading 12-7 already, trying to pad up that lead here. Lots of space out wide, and Valks spaced very widely across the field. See, looks like the weak side wing maybe making a move. Be interested to see if she inserts on the inside of the fly half here.
But not straight the call, so a missed opportunity there for the Valkyries. And a quick water break. We'll take that time to kind of look at one of the things that And looking over the season so far for the Dallas Reds, very first match of the year, January 20th, 69-17, they lost to the Valkyries. Much different team here today, as they are only down now 12-7, already put up the big try, and they've showed that they could hold their own today. But again, I mean, the change, losing their first two matches early in the season, and then they were able to continue to hold strong, got a big win over Tulsa, and then a big win over Dallas Athletic, the Dames. Got them their 2 wins on the year, but it's just a tremendous turnaround for this Dallas team. The big win yesterday against Little Rock, a team that they had gotten more than doubled twice this year.
So good idea to take the water break. It's about 85 degrees right now here in Austin. Sun's got a little bite to it still. It's about just a little before 1:30 in the afternoon, so making sure everybody stays hydrated and safe here during the championship D2 women's match.
Again, your D1 champions were the Austin Valkyries, who ran away with the division this year. And then on the D3 side, it is the Oklahoma City Crusaders in the inaugural D3 season who ran away with the league. We will have the TRU championships next weekend in Keller, Texas. That'll be the D4, TRU men's D4, and there will also be a women's D3 tournament, more of an exhibition, because again, the Oklahoma City Crusaders have already locked up the D3 TRU inaugural championship. So put in here to the scrum for the Reds. Able to work it out. Now back and a good kick. Goes over the winger's head who was coming up.
Off the leg, so play on. Good challenge by the Reds. Good counter ruck there by the Reds.
Excellent stuff, and the scrum half pulls away.
Oh, ball goes backwards, still in.
It's a good run there by Caitlin Curley.
Up the weak side now into touch.
Those 2 white lines there. You got the one that is the actual line, and they have the 1 meter line outside. A couple times people have gotten confused on that one and taken it to touch, so it'll be a throw in, or excuse me, a line out here for the Valkyries. And we thank you for joining us, however you're watching or listening, either on the KMAC radio network or here on the TRU YouTube page. This kick out of nowhere, and that's going to find touch, though, so we'll go straight out.
Out on the full, but not everybody was 10 there from the red side, so coming back off that line out didn't necessarily match numbers within it.
We'll have a free kick is the call. So normally here they're going to keep this in touch. There's the quick tap.
Manual again.
Hasn't been one defender that could take her down solo thus far. There's another good hard charging run. Here's Ashley Mefford.
Good cut by the 10. Strong competition for the ball. She hangs on to it, gets it out wide. Oh, just behind her runner.
Yeah, Harris a little too high with the pass there, but Valkyries continue with it, and then another drop. No signal yet if it was a knock on.
I believe it was backwards down, there. Off the Valkyries hang on to it backwards again.
Play on.
There's space. They've got the speed. Is that manual? Oh, cuts back inside.
Erica Purcell.
Look out for the post. Yep.
So close, not there enough. Must release now. Ball comes out, taken on the right-hand side by the hooker.
See if that ball's able to come out. Looks like it's buried in there, maybe.
Oh, they're ready for it. It's going to be
a
quick drive.
Here comes
Can
the
drive. Reds defend?
Oh, it's manual. She's held up for now.
She went a little too high, and it's held up. You got to get low if you're going to do those pick and drives. She stood straight up. It was easy for the Reds to hang on to her and keep that ball up. Held up will have a 5-meter scrum.
That was a great break from the number 8, Erica Purcell. Cut back inside and fell about a meter short of Glory there.
Thought she had it. They were able to recycle it. And that's going to be something that they're really going to want to work on. You need to be able to convert in those moments.
The Valks will get the scrum down here and see if they can capitalize. They're going with split backs. So they got 2 to the right, the rest to the left. Now it looks like they're sliding over, and they're all going to be on the left. Full back and weak side wing.
Yeah, they were going for the trickery there.
Yeah, playing mind games.
Yep. If they hadn't kind of reset the scrum there, it might have worked because they were definitely looking for it. All of the Reds were on the opposite side of the field, but we'll get set here. Again, it's going to be a Valkyries put into the scrum.
With the spacing that the Valks have been using, there's been a lot of gaps there in the Reds' defense. If they have an inside runner off that fly half, I think it'd be a walk-in try.
See what they decide to do. Quick outside to Harris. Harris dishes it off. Up to the fullback. Quick runner out. That one's still scooped up. Still an opportunity here. Pitches it off.
Try time.
Beautiful try. Good work there from Christy Alaska Ritchie with the try, number 13. And also good work there from Kayla Burkholder as well.
Good move by the Valks there. They inserted that weak side wing between the inside and outside center and gave them that one-man overload. And they just worked to perfection to the outside. Once that outside wing took it in, she was able to get it back out to the outside center. It was able to roll off and score in the corner.
So the Valkyries extend their lead. 17-7 now the score.
Just a little more than halfway through the first half of action. Tough kick here from the sideline. Maybe 2 meters from the touchline. Kicking it from about the 22.
Starts her run.
Right
off the field.
Right on the touch flag.
Again, that wind's starting to swirl a little bit out there.
Fair effort, but just drift left.
Never easy. Straight there from the sideline. So score remains 17-7. Valkyrie's able to keep it down on the Reds in there for a good 10 minutes or so in that little period of play.
Pressure was definitely on. They were finally able to capitalize there in the corner.
So the restart. They're from Sydney Bierman. Finds another knock on.
That was scrum down here for the Reds, just outside the 22 of the Valks. Right of midfield. Give them some space on the left side to work with if they want to spin it wide, or plenty of room on the right if they want to do a weak side take with their 8-man and run it that way and see what they can find.
I believe the Valkyries were getting a solid push on earlier scrums. We'll see if the Reds can get a clean take out of here.
The Reds can get this. This will be the first time they've been on attack in a little while, so opportunity to put the Valks on the back foot.
Answer back. They've had 2 unanswered tries thus far, and the Valkyries just drive straight over. Second time they've been able to steal it against the head. And now a block charged down. It looks like the Valkyries are going to be able to secure it.
Big contest there at the breakdown.
Sealed the ruck. Well done. And now another kick. This one over the top. Ooh, a little bit of trouble.
Good Valkyries
with
bounce.
It there, Clement.
Lots of pressure.
She goes for the kick. That one's charged down as well.
Backwards. Ball kind of going all over the place there. Now we got playing the first knock on against the Valkyries. Put into the Reds. Just on their side of halfway.
So now the Reds have been playing the last 10 minutes with 14. They get back to full strength now.
Victoria Sampakra with an unfortunate high tackle earlier. Sent her off there for 10 minutes, so she ought to be well rested for a break down the sideline here for the Reds as they have to put in.
So Kristen Clark takes her time. gets ready to put this one in for the scrum.
The Elks have dominated the last couple of scrums. They've been pushed them over there on that last one, and I think they're of a mindset to do it again now that they're on the attacking end of midway. And if they can, there's plenty of space where the ball's positioned in the scrum on either side for them to use. So see what they do here.
Kalauer puts it in, takes it off the back, but penalty awarded for the Austin Valkyries as referee says they were pulling it down. Got to keep it safe in there, keep things up.
Another great kick by the number 10 inside the 22, down to about 15 meters out. Gained that possession, and this is where they scored the last 2 tries from. They've gotten the ball down in there, and they just applied minutes of pressure until they find a gap big enough for them to squeeze through to score.
Again, the Valkyries, defending Division II champions, looking to put their stamp on this division yet again. They do have one loss on the year to Tulsa Rugby.
You can call that not straight. Again, slapped it down with that outside hand. It's a pretty easy call for the referee when you have to use your outside hand to bat the ball down that didn't go down the tunnel. So now the Reds have the option. Looks like they're going to go for the line out as well.
Yeah, they've chosen the scrum. I think the previous times they've had the option. So
I think this is the right call for them since the last 3 scrums have either been a pushover or a penalty. So see what they can do here inside their own 22.
Up to the front jumper, well done. Now the Reds on the move.
They got space.
Yeah, good work. Clement takes it up and in. And filters it back.
Slings it out wide. There's space. There's the inside center.
Is.
Cuts back inside. 2 to beat. There goes 1. Still carrying defenders. Finally taken down.
Chanel Part with a huge run there. That ball is out. Squirts free. And solid pressure from the Valkyries pushing them back.
Still working their way back. I think it's turnover there.
Yeah, I believe it's counter ruck and taken away. And now the scrum down. Arm was out towards
the Valks. It looked like a knock on there by the Reds. They try to pick that ball up when it squirted away.
So unfortunate there. Kind of negates the good hard running by Chanel Part. Again, Tim Wilkes and Timothy Sigmund coming to you live here from Burfield in Austin, Texas for the TRU Championships. Watch it live here on the TRU YouTube feed or on KMAC Radio Network at KMACsports.com. There's the feed in. And it's taken off the back. Hard run by the 8-man, pitches it back to Curley. Curley now around the sideline, finds...
Still on her feet. Pull her down by her hair there, maybe.
The referee says forward pass there from Curley, though, so that'll bring it back. And a scrum down to the Reds. Again, folks, we had the TRU Hall of Fame was last night. We had multiple members that were awarded. Guys that have helped build the Texas Rugby Union and give us all the opportunity to be here today. From the humble beginnings.
It's always good to recognize those who came before and set the foundation for what we've built up to now with national representation every year at all levels.
Yep.
Competing well against California teams, playing for national championships and winning national championships last year with the Huns.
Yep.
moving forward and having good representation, even in the new MLR, with only 7 teams currently playing. 2 of them are based here in Texas with the Houston SaberCats and the Austin Elite. And then next year, additional teams being added up in the Dallas area and elsewhere. So.
I mean, it's huge motivation for a lot of these players that are out here. You now have a goal. If you can be good enough and be the best you can get out there and play and get paid to do it professionally now here in the state of Texas.
Also representation on the national team with Hanko Germischweiss and others with Austin last year being a part of the national pool of players and playing in the America's Rugby Championship and other things. It's good to see that level of play being executed here in the state and throughout the Red River Rugby Conference.
So good defense from the Reds there. They were able to hold up that late surge from the Valkyries. And so it'll go back to a scrum here for the Valkyries. They made it over the try line, but again it was held up, not pushed down with downward pressure. So Curley now takes it out, swings it. Valkyries kind of get tied up.
Good time to just slow down and recycle the ball here for them. See what they do.
Couldn't get anything going with it.
Number 10 taking the pressure from the number 8 from the Reds, slung down hard onto the turf.
And then a strong counter ruck, but Curley able to come away with it here.
Manuel with the ball again. And again, 4 people there to take her down. Hard running. A little high.
A bit of a high tackle, and that'll get called.
We had a yellow card for that earlier. We'll see what happens here.
And player went down a little low, but it does not matter.
Reaching for the pocket.
And there's the card.
Second yellow for the day for the Reds, and it makes it really tough to win this game when you're down a player for 20 minutes over, right at a quarter of the match. They'll be down to 14.
Well, to make it even tougher on them, the lady who's going out, Kalani Cocker, is their kicker as well. She was able to slot home that conversion earlier in the match. So that could be a costly mistake there for the Reds.
Hard run by the hooker there for the Valks. Ashley Mefford.
Called her name a few times. She is definitely one of the tougher individuals there in that pack for the Valkyries. So now they pick and drive. Now going to kick it out. Swinging it to the backs. Right between the posts. But about a meter short still are the Valkyries. Now they're going to swing it back out to the winger.
Still stopped short. Wide to the weak side wing is inserting and into touch. Great defense. Knocks over the touch flag. Good play by the Reds. They're still in this at 17-7. They're trying to keep, if the Valks score another try here, it makes it a much tougher road back. But since they're able to keep it here at only 10 points, and we're closing in quickly on halftime, maybe another minute left, this might even be the last set play here. That was a great effort by the Reds to knock them out.
Candace Balderas, the number 13, just that late push. So it really looked like if the Valkyrie player was able to dive in for that one, would have had it, but so here's throw in for the Valkyries. Erica Purcell, the number 8, or excuse me,
for the Reds.
For the Reds.
Short on penalty, maybe an early jump there.
We're not matching numbers.
Saw him point, but didn't see the other hand signal.
No.
Now he's gone full arm. Oh, pulling her down in the air.
Okay.
So he went full arm, pulling her down in the air. There we go. Heads up in the announcing tent. Coming right at camera number 1.
Almost the camera guy. And that'll do it for the first half of action. Score 17-7 in favor of the Austin Valkyries here in the Division II Women's TRU Championship match. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back with more action here on the KMAC Sports Network and the TRU YouTube page.
This is the KMAC Sports Network.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. And while all of us at the KMAX Sports Network are huge football fans, we broadcast more than just football, you know. In fact, KMAX Sports proudly broadcasts volleyball, girls and boys basketball, softball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and more. For more information on how you can help KMAX Sports broadcast any of those sports, just reach out to Chuck at KMAXSports.com or Merle at KMAXSports.com or contact that sports booster club directly. KMAX Sports will gladly work with you and the booster clubs to get that team's broadcasts on the air. And if you're a fan of the other team, well, we can broadcast your team's games too. We realize that, yes, even in Texas, there's more to life than just football. KMAX Sports, bringing your teams to you for 14 years.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you are needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
1, 2, 3, hit! More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
This is Kevin McAdams. You know, from the McAdams Company Creative. We love to make commercials. Let us make yours. Yep, that's me. While my voice is amazing and does sound wonderful, I've been given to understand that every once in a while, y'all might want to hear somebody different. So I went out and recruited some guys. So first, I'd like to introduce Blake.
Good afternoon. My name's Blake Herrera, and my voice will make you feel safe on an airplane.
This guy over here, this is Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve. True story. When I was in college, girls used to love it when I read their textbooks to them.
And I'm Kevin, and my voice makes women want to buy new cars. Let's talk about what we can do for you. Reach out to me by phone or text 512-653-9491. Or check me out online at themcadamscompany.com. I'm Kevin McAdams with the McAdams Company Creative. No longer working alone. I love to make commercials. Let me make yours.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the
end zone. Snap again, he hits the turf, and Delmar scoops it up. Taylor Wilkins
in the corner of the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown. Let us broadcast your team. Send an email to Merle at KMAXSports.com or Chuck at KMAXSports.com to find out how.
Side, he's got blockers in front of him. Touchdown.
5, touchdown.
Yes, sir.
It's what we do, and nobody does it better. We are KMAX Sports.
KMAX Sports is on Twitter. Get up-to-date scores and more on your computer and on the go with your smartphone. It's fast and easy. Just follow us at KMAX Sports.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. And while all of us at the KMAX Sports Network are huge football fans, we broadcast more than just football, you know. In fact, KMAX Sports proudly broadcasts volleyball, girls and boys basketball, softball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and more. For more information on how you can help KMAX Sports broadcast any of those sports, just reach out to Chuck at KMAXSports.com or Merle at KMAXSports.com or contact that sports booster club directly. KMAX Sports will gladly work with you and the booster clubs to get that team's broadcasts on the air. And if you're a fan of the other team, well, we can broadcast your team's games too. We realize that, yes, even in Texas, there's more to life than just football. KMAX Sports, bringing your teams to you for 14 years.
Socialize with us.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click. It's real easy, man.
On Twitter at KMAX Sports, or catch us on Facebook. Search KMAX Sports. Just another way KMAX Sports is bringing your teams to you. From West Texas all the way to the Bayou and all points in between.
I saw miles and miles of Texas.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, bringing your teams to you. Socialize with us.
You don't have what they call the social skill.
On Twitter at KMAX Sports, or catch us on Facebook. Search KMAX Sports. Just another way KMAX Sports is bringing your teams to you.
We're glad you enjoy the KMAX Sports broadcast. But did you know that you can purchase a copy of this or any KMAX broadcast for personal use? Whether you're making a highlight video or just want to be able to enjoy this game years in the future, send us a note to info@kmaxsports.com. That's info@kmaxsports.com. Let us know which games you're interested in, and we'll set it up for a small fee. We can even do some editing for you. And the great thing, any purchase will send a portion of the proceeds to your school. Enjoy the game now and keep it forever. Purchase any broadcast for personal use. Hit us up, info@kmaxsports.com, bringing your teams and your highlights to you. We are KMAX Sports. The KMAX Sports Camp was so hot this summer, we're going to offer it again this coming December. That's right, 3 KMAX Sports Campers not only learned about sports broadcasting, but they're getting it done on the KMAX Sports Network as you hear this. You want your young one to learn, get hands-on experience, and possibly get involved? Middle schoolers, high schoolers, and adults are welcome. We'll hold 3 sessions in December, including 2 over Christmas break. Call us for more information at 512-338-1111, extension 100. That's 512-338-1111, extension 100. The KMAX Sports staff, with over 100 years of combined broadcast experience, will give each camper personalized guidance on getting into and advancing a career in sports broadcasting. Campers will be provided water, camp t-shirt, and a sample of their work. And just like high school sophomores Jace Andrews, Blake Herrera, and E.J. Sanchez, the best campers may get an opportunity to intern and possibly work with KMAX Sports. Call us for information, 512-338-1111, extension 100, or email us info@kmaxsports.com. The KMAX Sports Camp, the best way to get in the game.
Socialize with us.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click. It's real easy, man.
On Twitter at KMAX Sports, or catch us on Facebook. Search KMAX Sports. Just another way KMAX Sports is bringing your teams to you.
This is Kevin McAdams. You know, from the McAdams Company Creative. We love to make commercials. Let us make yours. Yep, that's me. Well, my voice is amazing and does sound wonderful. I've been given to understand that every once in a while, y'all might want to hear somebody different. So I went out and recruited some guys. So first, I'd like to introduce Blake.
Good afternoon. My name's Blake Herrera, and my voice will make you feel safe on an airplane.
This guy over here, this is Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve. True story. When I was in college, girls used to love it when I read their textbooks to them.
And I'm Kevin, and my voice makes women want to buy new cars. Let's talk about what we can do for you. Reach out to me by phone or text, 512-653-9491, or check me out online at themcadamscompany.com. I'm Kevin McAdams with the McAdams Company Creative. No longer working alone. I love to make commercials. Let me make yours.
Welcome back, everyone, to the broadcast of the TRU Division II Women's Championship. I'm Tim Wilkes, joined by Tim Sigmund. Having a great day here at Burfield in Austin, Texas. 2 matches down. 1 here and then 1 more to go here at 3 p.m. Match here, the Dallas Reds women's side against the Austin Valkyries second side. Valks currently up 17-7. And again, Tim, as we were talking in the first half, 2 unanswered tries there to end it for the Valkyries, but that last try-saving tackle that was made in the corner by Candace Balderas could be huge because now it's only a 10-point advantage still. Could have been up to over 15. And so now here a big opportunity for the Reds still in this match in a place that they shouldn't have even been 2 weeks ago.
Right, you are. It's been a kind of a back-and-forth match. The Valks have definitely dominated possession down on the Reds' end, but the Reds were able to cash in on their one opportunity. Unfortunately for the Reds, they're still a woman down, playing with 14. They've had 2 yellow cards in this match, both for high tackles. So they played off the hands, opening up there for the Valks. Away. The touch flag went up.
Touch flag went up, and there was also a knock-on advantage for the knock-on before that. So we'll probably come back here for the scrum down.
But again, like I was saying, right there is a good example of playing with that. Playing a person down is on kicks like that, opens up some space for the attacking side, wears you down on defense, and by the end of this match, the Reds will have played almost a quarter of the match, one person down. So it's going to be difficult to come back from that. But like you said, within striking distance, down only 10, and day 2 of play, as we get into the second half, fitness is going to come more into it, and it's really a test of fitness and a test of your depth on these championship weekends.
Again, this Dallas Reds women's side only in the tournament due to 2 other sides having to forfeit the match. They step up, took that opportunity, and turned it into gold with a win yesterday. So now here they are in the D2 championships, taking on last year's champions, the Austin Valkyries. Put in here to the Valkyries. This one moves before the ball comes in, so we'll reset.
Good hard push by the Reds there. Maybe just a hair early, though, trying to maybe set the tone here in the second half after getting walked over twice and then giving up a penalty as well in the scrum earlier.
So we'll look to reset here. Again, folks, stay tuned. Final match of the afternoon coming up at 3 p.m. with the Dallas Reds second side, their 3rd team in this competition today. Dallas Reds second side taking on San Antonio RFC.
Looks like that scrum goes down, and we're going back for another reset. No penalty, no free kick awarded.
And just about 24 hours ago, it was the Austin Valkyries coming away with a 29-22 victory over Tulsa. Tulsa, the only team to have beaten the Valkyries so far this year, so a huge win for them. And then on the other side, it was the Dallas Reds taking down Little Rock 36-26. And again, Little Rock 5-2 on the year. They look to be the shoe-in for this championship match. But again, out of nowhere, the Dallas Reds here in the championship looking to play the spoiler role.
And that's why you have these championship weekends. You might have had a really good year, but maybe you get some injuries catch up to you, or maybe it's just not your day, and then the underdog comes away with a victory, and you're left sitting there wondering what happened.
Waiting for next year. But that opportunity still lives here for the Dallas Reds. So he'll be a put in here for the Valkyries. Again, Valkyries in the half their jerseys, white on the front, red on the back. And the Dallas Reds in the black shorts with white and red stripes. So here are the Valkyries. Strong run into contact. They're from the inside center.
Found a gap, bowling over one, getting down within 5 meters.
Close enough. Try awarded for the Valkyries. 22-7 now the score.
Kickable conversion here. Just about 10 meters left of the post. See how far she drops out here for this attempt. The last 2 have been pretty far off the mark, but they've been tough angles and tough distances. Almost one was right up against the sideline, the other one was just about 5 meters out. So tough kicks. But this one a little closer. Let's see if she can split the uprights here.
Number 9, Caitlin Curry with the opportunity. And just off.
Pushes it right.
So the score remains 22-7. here in the D2 women's final. Dallas Reds going quick. Only one person to chase, but they'll take it anyway.
Oh, just overhead. Opportunity there. Oh!
Just goes 10. Huge collision. Both people get back up, and we're ready to continue on. Penalty awarded here.
Maybe another high tackle. Unintentional, though, so no worries about the additional yellow card.
Yeah.
And it looks like during that scrum period earlier that our yellow card was able to come off the bench and rejoin the run of play.
It's both teams at full strength now.
We've had both number 5, Kalani Cocker, and then also number 14, Victorious M. Kapakra, be sent off for the Reds. And that's sort of made the difference is when both of them were off, the Valkyries were able to convert on a try.
There's 2 unanswered tries by the Valkyries to end that first half. Now the kick, looking for some space. Lots of room out there.
Good bounce. Chasers there.
Caleb Burkholder for the Valkyries couldn't quite get to it.
Contest drives him off the ball, 13 steps over and grabs it. Pushing in. Can she get it down?
Beautiful work in the ruck. Oh, and it's held up. Referee wanted to award the try there, but couldn't do it. Held up. Be a 5-meter scrum attacking to the Valkyries.
Good work on the cover there by the Reds, but even better chase by the Valkyries as they had 2 players blow up that ruck and the following player step over and grab and drive forward, just like you do in practice.
Exactly.
From the beginning of rugby back in college to now, you've always done that drill. You blow out the opposition, next person steps over, scoops the ball, and goes.
It was done to perfection. That's why they won this tournament last year. That's why they're in the lead now. 22-7 the score.
The Valkyries trying to repeat as Women's Division I and Division II champs, just like they were in 2017.
It's a huge feat for this club. So now Caitlin Curley, they're going to drive it forward.
Ball still there at the back.
All the way in.
Steps
Curley
over.
takes it off. In for the try. Caitlin Curley with the try.
Very difficult to stop the opposition when they're able to drive forward like that. Not a whole lot of space to work with, and even though they immediately stopped her, it was too little too late.
Only needed a couple meters at that point, and she was able to get it done. Dots it down. 27-7 the score as the Valkyries start to pull away now.
2 early tries here in the second half. Maybe the heat, maybe the man advantage throughout is starting to take its toll there on the Reds.
Well, in the first half, we saw the Reds with a good bit of possession when they scored that try. But other than that one set of phases, it's been all Valkyries here this afternoon.
Indeed it has. Valkyries have done a good job of mixing up their forward play and getting it out to the backs. It's not really been dominated by either the forward pack or the backs. They've kind of been able to work it through the phases with the forwards a little bit, and then they scored most of their tries out wide, spinning it wide after committing the Reds to the forward pack. So just a good use of tactics. Oh, and it sneaks over the bar.
Beautiful kick by Curley.
Great kick.
So she scores the try and strikes the conversion, making the score 29-7.
The Reds again up quick before even all their players are up to the line. She kicks deep and a knock on by the Valkyries, number 12. Kate Hollowell. Just couldn't quite hang on to it. Maybe give a little bit of momentum back here to the Reds, allow them to be on tack for a second after they've given up 2 quick tries here in the second half.
Well, the first task will be the scrum here. Hasn't been easy for them so far today.
Waiting on a prop, sneaking up from the back.
Again, Alex Lemon, North Sydney, is our referee out there. His early 20s. Good to see a lot of the youth really coming through Texas Rugby Referee Association. Lots of great young talent. Always need more refs, though. Feel free to check out the Texas Rugby Union webpage and find out how you could get out here and grab the whistle yourself. Good counter ruck by the Valkyries, but it's still taken away. Reds continue with possession here. Just a meter outside of the 22. Reds catching it flat-footed, but offsides the call.
Quick tap by number 5, Cocker. Takes on 2 or 3, drives forward. Reds there in support.
Now they set it back up. Kalar with the pass, trying to swing it wide.
One more, and they got space. Couldn't quite get it away.
Solid tackle by Christy Ritchie.
Still there if they wanted, but they need to work it quick. Straight down was a call from the referee, so play on.
Best possession thus far, or thus half, here from the Reds, and then it ends. Valkyries receive the penalty, not releasing the call.
Another great kick to relieve the pressure, bringing it up almost up to just about 10 meters from halfway, the 10-meter line. And the number 10 for the Valks, Kayla Harris, has done a great job all day with her clearance kicks and kicks for field position. Just really hoofing it down the field and keeping the Reds off guard. They've been out of position a time or two, then that's helped out a lot as well. But
really making that fullback work back there.
After that run of play, like you said, that was the best run of play the Reds have had. And Valks are able to corral that line out, but then drop the tap down for a knock-on.
Bring this one back.
But you were saying earlier, Tim, about becoming a rugby referee. So there's classes around the state that are offered at level 100 and 200, depending on what your qualifications are. Last year there was a course held during Bloodfest here in Austin with lots of attendance. You were a referee yourself, if I do recall.
4 years myself. Haven't done it the last couple, but starting to itch to get back out there again. You know, you can't ever get enough of 30 guys yelling at you constantly. But it really is a lot of fun. Definitely enjoyed it. And seeing a lot of young talent out there today is great to see. So the Reds with possession here. Big, strong take then again by Cocker. Now the Reds looking to work it wide. Little room. There's the last pass. But solid fringing on the defensive line.
Full arm penalty available to them for the high tackle there against the Valks. Taking up around the shoulders there.
Yeah, Kayla Burkholder did a great job getting there, but just went too high on the tackle.
It's always tough on that cover defense to stay low, but you've really got to make an effort to. It's very easy, especially as they cut back, to get up around the neck. Good open field tackle by the flanker.
Tremendous defense.
Offsides, not 10, says the referee, so let's do it again. Number 9's looking, maybe some pods this time. If I had to guess, she's pointing at Cocker. Oh, fakes it to Cocker. Gives it back the other way.
Well done.
High tackle again.
At what point? Yep. Time for a conversation. So we've seen 2 yellow cards awarded to the Reds for high tackles, and now 1 to the Valkyries.
A real opportunity here for the Reds as they go forward.
29-7 the score. Next 10 minutes, the Valkyries playing a woman down. So another pop. Off here, but there and pass.
No look there. Just assumed she was there and just in front. Kills the chance. Well, we'll see what they can do here, because that was one of their lifters in the line-out that just got taken out. So maybe a little discombobulated here on this line-out for the Valkyries as one of their lifters is out.
Good contest there in the front. And wonderfully done, Alexis White.
Another good clearance kick by the 10. Brings it up to about 30 meters out from the try line.
Kayla Harris, money with the boot today.
Reds, they're tired. They're playing like that. Let's go.
Encouragement here from the sideline. Reds looking for that last burst.
Erica Purcell here. Caitlin Hintz for the Reds, getting ready for the throw-in.
Again, the Reds, Dallas Reds, in the red and white stripes, moving right to left. There's the line
Tap
out,
back.
highly contested. Taken away by the scrum half and passed back inside. Now the Reds work it around, but bam! Big defense.
Great hit.
And they continue to get driven back now as this Valkyrie defense is taking no prisoners.
And the Valks really down to 13 right now as they're checking on their open side flanker there.
She's back in. We continue forward. Knock on, though. We'll stop things. We'll have a quick water break. Let everybody heal up and get ready to go.
It's important here for the Reds. They keep their composure and work the ball back down the field. They had some good breaks. They've been dominating the attacking line here for about the last 5 minutes. And while the Valks are down, they've got to be able to put points on the board if they have any hope at all for a comeback.
Do they have a little bit of magic left? Or will they become the second Dallas Reds team to fall here this afternoon? There's the boot. Beautiful kick there from Kayla Harris. Sends the Reds almost all the way back into their try zone. And yes, trickles all the way in. And so we'll come back all the way to the kick. All the way to midfield. I think we might even be past midfield where that kick was actually taken. Now it was not taken in. I guess it didn't go all the way back out, so we'll just have a 22-meter drop there. It was downed by the Reds. If it had gone all the way back out, then they could have brought it back to where the kick was taken. Since it died there. The 22-meter drop.
Taken by the number 10, big handoff. Whoa, Cocker comes in and cleans up that mess.
Cocker's definitely been the standout for the Reds here this afternoon.
You can tell just what a big impact it was when she was sent off earlier.
Yeah. Really the heart of that team. Now the Valkyries continue. Little pop passes, able to work their way down. Now in striking distance again, just a few meters out.
To the 13, working towards the post.
Smashed by a couple of Reds defenders.
Looks like they're going to slow it down, keep it tight.
Nice and low.
Can't, just short, ball pops out. Oh, calling a knock on there, or held up.
Held up, yep. So that'll be a 5-meter scrum, attacking scrum back to the Valkyries since they took it in to the try zone but were held up. Again, everybody stay tuned. 3 p.m. the Dallas Reds in San Antonio and the D2 Championships still to come. And that match, other than the one we just had recently in the D1 final, which was only a 4-point match at the end, I think this D2 final is going to be just as close with two really hard-hitting, high-powered attacking sides in the Dallas Reds in San Antonio. So stay tuned for that here at 3 o'clock, live from Burr Field. Again, thank you for watching here on the TRU YouTube page. I'm Tim Wilkes, joined by Tim Sigmund. A couple of SFA boys taking you through the broadcast today.
Excellent.
It's the Austin Valkyries, though, with possession off of the scrum. Looked like offsides.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Full arm.
So advantage being played. And no advantage gain. Let's see if they go back to the penalty. There it is. Offsides the call. As the trailing player there for the Reds tried to come back into the play. and definitely was offsides on that one. So there's the quick tap.
Oh.
Nice smash in. Looks like it may be over the line, and the try is awarded.
That should do it right there. I think 27 points might just be a little too far for the Reds to come back from. And with the conversion to come, and it's just, really just sustained pressures from the Valkyries on attack for all their tries. It hasn't been anything razzle-dazzle. It's just been sustained pressure, pushing, and when they wear down the Reds, they're able to finally coax one in on the side.
Well, for me, it's really incredible what this Austin Valkyries side has been able to do. A few years back, when they kind of formed and everything, it's about 4 or 5 years ago, that's when they really started to kind of exert their dominance on this division. The teams from Houston, teams from Tulsa just hadn't been able to do anything to stifle that D1 side. And then now with the D2 being added into it, it kind of allows that D1 side to really exert their force. But to have two full sides, I mean, it's been so difficult in the state of Texas for one women's side to be prevalent throughout the state, that now the Valkyries are able to do this with both of their sides. Just a huge testament to what they've been able to accomplish the last 4 or 5 years.
Erica Purcell slots the conversion. Add another 2.
Use this break to mention again, next weekend we'll be back live again on the TRU YouTube page with the competition up in Keller, Texas next weekend. Going to have the men's Division 4. Men's Division 4 competition will be taking place next weekend in Keller for the state championship in that for TRU. And then we'll also have the women's D3. They'll be playing a bit of a tournament, even though the Oklahoma City Crusaders come away with the women's D3 championship, and that's inaugural season.
Still lots of rugby to be played. Still have the Westerns Championship weekend, May 19th and 20th, and then on to the finals for the teams that make it up in Glendale the first weekend in June. So 15's coming to a close, but still, as we all know, especially the younger ones and some of them who just think they're still young enough to play, 7s is kicking off. Lots of good tournaments around the state, so check the schedule for that. Get involved with some 7s rugby for those who are of a mind to do so. And not to mention MLR is still kicking off with the Austin Elite here in Austin up at the Round Rock Sports Multi-Use Complex.
Again, and then May 25th for their next match. Another night match at 8 p.m. Come check out the fun there in Round Rock, as they got their first victory of the season earlier this week.
Beating NOLA.
That's right. So a team they'd lost to twice in the preseason, but definitely shows the progression of the club, of the team. And that first victory, they hope to be first of many as they continue to play out there at the Round Rock Multipurpose Complex, which is a beautiful complex if you have not been out there yet. State-of-the-art facilities out there in Round Rock, the sports capital of Texas, as they like to call themselves.
Self-appointed sports
Self-appointed, yeah. But no, they really have a lot of youth programs, and then those new facilities allow them to have a lot of tournaments and games like we have here. And actually, Bloodfest is going to be out there this year as well.
Indeed it is. One of the biggest 7s tournaments in the nation. I think last year there were over 50 teams then in attendance, multiple divisions, women's, men's, collegiate.
Over 10 fields in use, I think, last year.
Usually youth development involved as well. It's a great tournament to get out to.
So if you're in the Austin area, definitely got to check that out. I believe it's in June.
It'll be June 23rd this year. Also, keep in mind, June 16th is the USA versus Scotland international match at BBVA Compass down in Houston. Support your USA Eagles as they take on Scotland, who's currently ranked number 5 in the world. Big break by number 9.
Caitlin Curley with a huge steal, looking for support. Has it here on the outside, and there's room to burn. Christy Alaska Ritchie down the sideline and in.
Not just satisfied with the corner, had to get close to the center. And that was beautiful.
Well done. And just the exclamation point on this one for the Austin Valkyries.
Caitlin Curley just misses do everything for the Valks. She's been slotting kicks, opening up gaps. Big break there, and then finds her number 13, Christy Ritchie, Alaska, who opens it up wide and goes and scores.
41-7 the score. Valkyries continue to flex their muscles. Now, what a run there by Christy Ritchie. Flashed a whole lot of speed there on the outside. And like you said, had enough to take it around and give her kicker an easier one. But that one will not go through for Caitlin Curley. So 41-7. Beautiful hot afternoon now here in Austin, Texas on Burr Field, place that has held national championships in the past. 3 beautiful fields here for the Austin Blacks and their 50th anniversary of the Austin Rugby Club. So the Valkyries back in possession here, right at their own 40-meter line. And now here's the boot. Caitlin Harris all day long. Anytime they're in their half, she'll bust that one out. Another strong run, though, from the fullback, Kathleen Clement.
She's had some big runs today, collecting all these kicks and been able to return them fairly well.
No, lots of good use of the space out there from her. Had to deal with a lot of kicks, a lot in open space. Her wingers have kind of been down, and so she's having a lot of area to cover. And
the Reds with 3 players taking a knee or sitting or laying currently, and Kathleen Clement being one of them. She kind of got wrapped up there by, I think it was Alexis Fruin, number 17, a replacement, when she took her to the ground. Hopefully it's nothing more than just getting the wind knocked out.
And if you're just joining us, match is already finishing up this morning. We had the Austin Blacks with a huge 58-7 victory over Alliance from Keller. And that was the first one. And then the Austin Blacks D1 side came to the table and with a 22-18 victory against the Dallas Reds. If you have the opportunity, maybe go back and watch that match because it was a fantastic thriller with all sorts of drama there towards the end. 4 lead changes and really a fantastic match against 2 sides that have each beaten each other. I didn't expect anything different out of that one.
Yeah, the Reds really had an opportunity there at the end that I know they'll be thinking about all the way through next year, and it's a real shame, but it was a great match. And then again, in the first match of the day, the Austin Blacks third side taking the men's D3 championship, really just with pretty much a dominance of Alliance through dominating the set pieces and scoring off of that, not allowing Alliance much ball to work with. So some great matches this morning. The Valkyries, it appears, have pretty much put this one away with the current score being 41-7, and then the men's D2 coming up next at 3 o'clock with the Reds. And second side versus San Antonio, who both won by more than 25 points in their matches yesterday, and really looking forward to some of the fireworks in that one. As you know, San Antonio was able to put up 74 points yesterday. It's almost a point a minute. It's pretty hard to do in a rugby match, and especially at the playoffs and a championship game, and they were able to do it.
Yep. Well, you talk about dominance, and as we go through these first few matches, the dominant city is definitely Austin at this point, sweeping things. As you have the Valkyries, they'll go 1-2 in Women's Division 1, Division 2 if they can hang on here. And then the Austin Blacks with the victories in D1 and D3. Yes. So we'll see if Central Texas can continue the dominance, and maybe San Antonio can make a name for themselves here in D2. But as we go here, it's the Dallas Reds working the hands all the way to the outside.
Comes number 12 for the Reds. He's got some big runs all day. Wouldn't expect anything less. Throwing shoulders and elbows and everything else as they try to take her down.
Chanel Part did her job there. And now a strong counter ruck from the Valkyries, but Excellent work by the Reds.
Good low tackle there. Again, number
Klar.
17.
Klar gets it
Laxus
to
Fruin.
Cocker, who smashes through. Now,
Number 12 taking it in again. Valks almost with the poach there. Ball
Now.
goes backwards.
Couldn't handle the pass there from Klar, but they got bailed out.
I think in from the side there was the call by the referee.
Looked like it, yeah.
Kind of an interesting arm angle there. I'm not quite sure what that is.
Coming around, I think.
I think that was a swinging bird, was that arm motion that he gave us.
Penalty here for the Reds. They decide a quick tap out to the side, what they've done before, and now the pass again.
Again, number 17 from the Reds.
Just kind of the no-look pass
yeah,
there.
Valeria De Jesus, she did it earlier on a quick tap. She gets him into open space, but just isn't quite following that pass to her support player.
Got the speed to get there, but need to take a little bit more time and look that one into the hands.
One arm, no looks are oftentimes best reserved for the basketball court.
Yeah. It's one of the beauties of rugby, though. You really get to use, if you have the old basketball skills, the no-look pass, it really comes into play in the dummies, as it's known here in rugby.
Yeah, I guess the Fiji Sevens team would probably have something to say about the one-arm no-look pass.
That's true. Sonny Bill Williams as well.
Yes, indeed. See, the Valkyries can continue their scrum dominance here after the substitution.
Well, the Reds with a bit of a push. Straight drive.
Very nice. Free kick to the Reds here.
Well done.
So a change in the front row and immediately a change in result. See some of the props maybe a little better in open play, some better in scrummaging technique and set pieces. And right there you saw an example of that with one substitution. Went from complete dominance to being dominated in that situation.
So this time the tap goes out to the backs.
Good inside pass. She's breaking free.
Part.
That's going to be right under the post.
Big try for Chanel Part and the Dallas Reds.
Just desserts for a day well spent with lots of breaks for Janelle Parks. That was a great run. I think she gave 2 or 3 handoffs there and said, don't argue.
Exactly.
She dots it down under the post.
And she's been doing that all day long. This Dallas Reds side definitely has some talent on it.
Sneaking up, maybe about 5-6 minutes left here in the match, and so good to put a little capstone on the game, get a few more points on the board, bring it a little closer. Got a kick here right in front. The wind's actually picked up a little bit now from it's kind of been swirling anywhere from the northwest to the southeast, and it's kind of coming from due east right now and rattling the tent a little bit here in the commentating booth.
Could be Candice Balderas.
Should be able to hammer it straight through.
It's her first kick. The first kick earlier came from Kalani Cocker from the sideline. That was beautiful. This one is true as well. Brings the score 41-14 in favor of the Austin Valkyries. Again, a Valkyrie side that is about to sweep D1 and D2 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I believe 4 converted tries might be too tall in order for the Reds to come back from, but certainly a good interplay there. That was the first inside pass we've seen all day, and it paid dividends quickly. Got it out to the number 10 and then back inside to number 12. She's went right up the middle with a few handoffs. There was still work to be done, but she was able to do it and score under the post.
So, quick take here, taken by Hintz.
Still on her feet.
Caitlin Hintz with the strong run. And Cocker smashing through again. Like to see the meters after contact with her.
She's been dispensing hits all day on both sides of the ball.
Exactly. So we'll go into touch. Taken out by the Valkyries, so it'll be a Reds throw in. This one squirts through into the hands of the Reds, and they try to work it outside, but we're going to bring it back for the penalty.
Did not quite see the call on that one.
It's been called before for pulling it down.
Didn't see the hand signal, but it went back to where the scrum was, and some sort of scrum infringement. The loose ball fallen on by the number 7.
There's Parth again.
Looks like it might have been poached there by the Valks.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Getting it out wide. One more. Oh, great defense. Shut that down.
Balderas with the big tackle.
Ooh, that's going to be a penalty for...
But she did not release afterwards.
Number 12 got in there and just laid on the ball and can't do that. Oh, maybe a little back talk going to give us another 10.
Anything other than yes, sir, could cost you out there.
Doesn't need to be heard on the rugby field. Only one person on your team should talk to the sir, and that's the captain.
There's a big run. Collision at midfield. And, of course, the boot by Harris.
It's going back deep. Looks like it's going to be a great bounce and roll out there within 5 meters of the...
She is just putting all sorts of English on those balls. Yeah. She did one earlier to this side, turning to the left, and then this time, nice kick out to the right there. Just a few minutes left, 41-14 the score. Couple of changes being made. We'll get underway again. Line out to the Reds. Lots of hand-to-hand combat there, and this time it goes the other way, pulling it down on the called against the Reds.
Pulling them down in the air. Can't do that.
Yeah, there's too much hand-to-hand combat up top. And so now it's the Valkyries with another opportunity. And the penalty.
Playing the ball on the ground.
Hands in the ruck. Quick tap. Space there.
Ooh.
Almost between the posts, but can't quite get through.
Might be a little tough there for number 4. Up against the post, but I think it's going to get held up, and it is.
Bell on her back. No opportunity to dot that one down.
Really close to full time here. Can't be more than a minute or two left. This might be one of the last phases of play. Number 18 onto the field for the Valks. Dinesha Shipman. Getting some minutes here at the close of the game.
Again, stay tuned. Men's D2 Championship. 3 o'clock.
The last scrum, the Valks got pushed pretty good by the Reds, so it may not be quite the foregone conclusion it was earlier in the match when the Valks dominated 4 or 5 in a row there. Put in. They seem to have held together here. Lots of space to work with. See what number 10 decides to do.
Harris dishes it off. Now takes it back again.
Still
draws in the defender.
One more outside if they can get it out quickly. Penalty again.
Advantage. And there's the knock-on that'll call it.
See, they take a quick tap here. The Reds are still kind of disheveled, not getting back to the try line quite yet. Curley with the tap and the give. Swing out wide. Should be in. Should still be in. Not quite.
Still not there. Numbers on the outside, on the near side of the field. If they can use it, they're going to try and pick and drive.
Held up again.
Not quite in, though. Everybody's got a release. In for the try. Go the Valkyries.
Good effort on the last one. Had a good low body position and was finally able to put it in.
Taking care of business are these Valkyries today. Takes the score to 46 to 14.
Valkyries said no underdogs today.
Now, Cinderella story is no more for the Dallas Reds again, who finished the year with just 2 wins, but due to a couple of forfeits, got into the match yesterday and made the best of that with a big victory over San Antonio over Little Rock 36 to 26. But not enough left in the tank here today, as this Austin Valkyries team is just too stacked.
It's a fair effort to the Reds. They've done a good job on defense to really hold them out. It's taken multiple phases for the Valkyries to be able to score, but to the Valkyries' credit, they've been able to hold those multiple phases together and actually put it in. And in that turn, I believe 8 tries as a result. So it's just we had 3 in the first half and 5 here in the second. The 2 yellow cards against the Reds and there was 1 against the Valkyries, all for high tackles, that played a role in the game too.
Yeah, I think early on that was kind of the deciding factor. It could have been a different story. I mean, the Valkyries have definitely turned it on here in the second half, and that may have not have changed, but that first half was pretty close for the most part. Could have been even worse, though. So now the Valkyries, another restart. Hard charging run.
Just got to say, number 9, Kristen Collar for the Reds, has had a heck of a game as well. Their scrum half. She's been right there. Here it is, just a minute or 2 left in the match, and she's still throwing shoulders on forwards who are coming through and been dispensing the ball well and making it to all the breakdowns, no problem. Taking it out.
Penalty kick. Finds touch. Definitely getting close here.
Valkyries trying to pump up their hometown crowd there.
So that was a maul there. Cannot impede off the offsides line. Definitely an offsides call there.
Good call by the referee as the Red players go through, and good playing by the Valkyries players. Say, okay, you can be offsides, and tossing the ball.
There you go.
Well, I thought the last line out was going to be it, and this one isn't either, so we're sneaking right up on it, but the referee keeps official time, so it's not over on his watch. It's not over yet. Toss over the top, and
Cocker
took it, calling her name yet again for the Reds.
And solid clearance kick, but Valks are ready and waiting. Taken by Francine Pinnacus.
Great pass under pressure. 19 takes it back in. See if there's anybody there. Good support play from the Valks to get there in time. Thought that was a ripe opportunity for a turnover there, but they were able to make it happen.
That's been one thing that's been really impressive for them today. They always have support there in line with them.
Great job by the hooker, Ashley Mefford, of presenting that ball up high for her teammate to come and grab it as she was going down.
Now the far side of the field, there's an opening.
Throwing elbows and arms and everything as number 12 goes down the field. Replacement Alexis Fruin has been having a great game too. She's made some big hits and some big runs here in the second half.
So now the Valkyries will take their time.
Need to keep that low body position here as they get close. Spreading it wide now, 13. And she's going to take it in for possibly her second of the day, possibly a knock-on.
Ritchie
try award.
Scores the try. Christy Ritchie with her second. Another big-time run.
Make that 2 for Alaska.
That's right. 51 to 14. Yeah.
may well do it for the match. A couple of Reds players again down on the field. At least 3 of them there on that right side.
And the Valkyries starting to bring it in. See what Alex Lemon has to say about it. Our referee. Here's the kick. Up and
just under the crossbar, and that's full time.
So that'll do it. 51-14 is the final score. The Austin Valkyries have done it. D1 and D2 TRU champs for 2018. So that'll do it for this broadcast. We'll come back at 3 p.m. Stay tuned. Dallas Reds versus San Antonio right here on KMAX Sports and the TRU YouTube page.